in Vegas. You're watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota. Time now for our final Mountain West quarterfinal of the day. The hometown running Rebels of UNLV take on Utah State. Here's a look at the bracket in the Mountain West tournament. There's one spot left in tomorrow's semis. A short time ago, Colorado State advancing. They await the winner of this one coming your way next. And hi again, everyone, with Steve Lapis. I'm Andrew Catalan. Evan Washburn is still here as well. And our Jerry Palm has Utah State as a 9 seed for the NCAA tournament. And a big reason why, their ability to score the basketball.
One of the best offensive teams in the country. Number 16, according to Ken Palm, in offensive efficiency. That's what they do. Plus, they like to play fast. Top 50 in tempo in the country. So they want to play fast, they want to score, and they make over 9 threes a game.
And Ian Martinez leads the team in threes with 72 of them this season.
Yeah, first team all-league player. He does everything for them. And the other thing about him is he gets to the free throw, number 5 in free throw attempts in the league. So this is a guy who's a very hard guy to guard.
For UNLV, they'll rely on the double H's, Jaden Henley and Jalen Hill.
Yeah, Jaden Henley, the transfer from DePaul, his role has had to step up with Didon Thomas being out and Rich Wayne also being out. Two important guys, and then throw in Jalen Hill, who's a tough, bruising kind of kid. They need both these guys to step up tonight.
Evan will have more on those UNLV injuries when we come back. Closing in on tip-off in Vegas. Back in Las Vegas, moments away from tip-off. Injuries have been a big story in this UNLV season. For more, here's Evan Washburn.
Yeah, Andrew, they've had to deal with it all season, and it continues to be the case here as they head into this quarterfinal matchup. Julian Rishwain, he'll miss the remainder of this tournament with a knee injury. Suffered that in the regular season finale. Their best player, Didon Thomas Jr., suffered that shoulder injury. He'll miss his 7th straight game. And then last night, Jalen Benford took a nasty hit above his right eye, swelled up considerably, was able to play through it in that game, but the swelling continued. He was listed as questionable. He will play, he will start, but as you can see, swelling still exists, the vision compromised, so we'll see how he holds up.
And that was the big thing Kevin Kruger told us. How's his vision going to be with all that swelling? We're about to find out as we take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Kubota. And in yesterday's opening round win, UNLV used an 8-man rotation. Let's see how much they have in the tank against Utah State, who will go 10 deep at least. Mason Falslev, 10th in the Mountain West in scoring, averaging just under 15 points per game for Jared Calhoun in his first year as the Utah State head coach, and what a job he has done.
Yeah, I mean, taking over from Ryan Odom, he has done a spectacular job. He did a great job at Youngstown State. He was a Division II head coach. He worked for Bob Huggins. He played for Coach Rolly Massimino in Florida, so he's a guy who's been around the block, and he knows what he's doing. And Kevin Kruger, we talked to him today. I said, Coach, you put a guy in the game yesterday, the conference tournament, after so many games you played this year, who hadn't scored a basket all year. That's unbelievable. I'm sorry, Danny Sprinkle. They've changed coaches. They had Ryan Odom, then Danny Sprinkle, and now they have Jared Calhoun. Danny Sprinkle was only there for like a cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, he went to the tournament. They would be just the second team ever to reach 3 straight NCAA tournaments with 3 different non-interim head coaches. Only other time it happened was Southern Illinois with Bruce Weber, Matt Painter, and Chris Lowry.
You know, I'll tell you something about Utah State. That's a great basketball job. Stu Morrill was there for a long, long time and won a lot of games.
Late night, but the UNLV fans have filled up the Thomas and Mack as we get set to go. Our officials, Michael Irving, Jason Phillips, and Scott Brown. And Utah State controls the opening tip.
The big question is, how is UNLV going to hold up with a very limited bench against a team that likes to get up and down?
Martinez a 3, and the offensive rebound is grabbed by Alberry. Sends it back up to Falslev. Falslev left open. He misses the three, and the rebound to Jalen Hill.
That's two really good three-point shooters to miss two pretty open shots.
And Utah State, as we showed you, leads the Mountain West, shooting 37% from deep this year.
And they play zone most of the time. One of the rare teams in the country.
Henley slides in a pass to Hicks. Now Cherry on the baseline, and his shot is not close.
And the interesting thing about their zone is they average over almost 9 steals. A good move by Falslev there. They average almost 9 steals a game out of a zone. That's how active it is.
UNLV played yesterday against Air Force. They were down 4 at the half. They trailed for 26 minutes in that game. Then they went on a 19-0 run. But as Evan pointed out, short-handed on the bench against a fresh Utah State team. Hicks doesn't get the roll, and Falslev the rebound.
You know, the big thing about attacking that zone is you got to get the ball to the baseline a little bit too. And now UNLV, well, no switching man-to-man defense. Just switching everything.
Albury on the attack, and a foul is called.
I don't know. Not sure about that one.
It's called on Jeremiah Cherry, who everyone calls Bear.
I know Kevin Kruger didn't agree with that call either. And one thing he does not want to see, Andrew, is fouls.
Yeah, certainly a big key, staying out of foul trouble. And he told us, and he has to really use his timeouts wisely. If Utah State goes on a run, he has to weigh trying to stop the run with trying to save the timeouts with the short bench for later in the game. He told us in an ideal situation, he'd have 3 timeouts remaining with 12 minutes left in the game. It's going to be hard to do against this Utah State team.
Yeah, and his 6th and 7th men are guys that weren't 6th and 7th men all year. Now they are. Njai and Cottrell. And they're both big guys. So these guards got to be able to hang for a long time.
A foul inside, and a whistle against UNLV. And that's going to be on Cherry, and that's his second. Wow. That is a huge call just 2 minutes in.
It is a huge call, but that is the one area where they do have a little bit of depth. Njai played pretty good last night. He had 4 points. He was active on the glass. He's going to have to play a lot tonight, but I got to think it's going to be Kevin. Is Kevin going to keep him out the whole half? Wow. 18 minutes? I don't know. That's tough.
The freshman Njai is on the floor. Albury drives right in and knocks it in.
Boy, this kid is really athletic, and that's the other thing about Utah State. Besides the fact they know how to score, they have a very deep bench.
They average 28 points per game off their bench, which is top 25 in the country and #1 in the Mountain West.
And their top assist guy comes off the bench, Drake Allen, who's at the table now. Yeah, this zone is really tough.
Bedford, no. Hicks the offensive rebound. He'll pull it back out.
It's a matchup, man-to-man zone.
Tough shot there, forced. Offensive rebound. Njai misses the follow. Hill flies in for the board. And we've got a whistle and a foul.
The team that Utah State starts is not a great rebounding team. Even though they out-rebound their opponents as a group by almost 3 a game, that starting unit is not a great rebounding team. Templin is in the game. He's a very, very tough kid, number 22.
That was on Ian Martinez. And counted in 1 for UNLV. Jalen Hill will have a chance at a three-point play.
You know, I'll give UNLV credit. They're trying to attack the middle of this zone. They're not just outside settling for threes. They're trying to get it into the teeth of the zone. That was a good, strong finish there.
After missing their first 6 shots tonight, Hill gets the first field goal of the evening. And that's the second foul on Ian Martinez. And he stays on the floor.
That's interesting. I think, you know, you should take him out for a few minutes, because if he gets his third, he's gone for a long time.
Falslip slips, now recovers. Templin's right there, and he lays it in.
I think this kid is really tough. I talked to Coach Calhoun about him today. He plays so hard, Templin. Really improved from last year.
He's battled an ankle injury in conference play, but is starting to feel better, and you can see what a difference he's made for the Aggies.
You see how they match up everybody with this zone? It kind of looks almost, you almost have to run your man-to-man stuff against this, I think.
Henley's three no good. Templin is there for the rebound. Falslev is fouled. That'll go on Brooklyn Hicks. And takes us to a timeout. Utah State flying around early. Couple of calls on Bear Cherry. And the Aggies with an early 5-point lead. Well, the journey for Jared Calhoun prior to his success at D1, it's a great D2 coach. We saw him in the national championship game at Fairmont State out of West Virginia. Calhoun then parlayed that job into the Youngstown State job, and now at Utah State, where they have, well, they've seen a bit of a revolving door, but all for coaches who have brought great success to the program.
It's right. That's 4 guys in 6 years, and they all won. And like I said, before that, Stu Morrill won for a long time also.
And you and Coach Calhoun have something in common, as Martinez knocks down the three. As you both were assistants under Rolly Massimino, you were sharing stories this morning.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Like he said, it was like dog years. You know, I was an assistant for 4 years. It was like 28 when you were with Coach Mass. But he was the best, the best.
As part of the Rolly coaching tree, including my guy Tom Brennan at the top of the list.
Yeah, he was on like one of Rolly's first staffs at Villanova in the 70s.
Did a great job at Vermont. As we check in with Evan.
And Calhoun's got his emerging coaching tree. Joe Mazzulla, head coach of the Boston Celtics. He coached him at West Virginia, brought him on as an assistant at Fairmont State, and things are going pretty well. They talked once a week, really close. He was the best man in his wedding.
I'd say Joe Mazzulla's done pretty well.
I think so. Calhoun was telling us that a lot of times he gets labeled as a Bob Huggins guy because he was a student assistant at Cincinnati, and then he loves Huggins and learned a ton from him, but he feels like a lot more of his principles lately are from Rolly.
Yeah, he talked about the culture in terms of with the kids and trying to get, you know, make it like a family. That's what Coach Massimino was all about. We all got that from him. Everybody who worked for him got that from him.
UNLV trying to get something going offensively. They are 1 for 9 so far, and a foul is called on Martinez.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, Coach Calhoun was taking a big chance to keep his best player in there with 2 fouls, especially when you're up 11-3.
So Martinez commits his 3rd foul with 14:43 to go.
Well, obviously he's going out, and Akano's coming back in, and he's done obviously for the rest of the half.
So Calhoun, I was going to say, rolls the dice by keeping him out there, but he does go 10 deep. It's not like he's got guys he doesn't trust coming off the bench.
That's why I was surprised that he kept him in the game, to tell you the truth.
That's a good point, too.
Especially with a lead, you know what I mean?
Right. All right, so Martinez sits. Oh, wow. Well, now this changes the whole story. They just switched an earlier foul.
Oh.
So Martinez now only has 2.
That's a different
Feel a little better now, don't you?
Yeah. And I'm sure Jared Calhoun obviously knew that.
Tucker Anderson hits, and it's 14-5, Utah State.
Now the question is, are they going to bring him back at some point with those 2 fouls so he can feel like he's part of the game? This defense is really tough. Look how active they are.
Hill lost it. Utah State ball.
And you know what happens too, Andrew? Even though UNLV yesterday played against Air Force, who played zone the whole game, so that helps a little bit. It's very different from this aggressive matchup zone.
And I mentioned UNLV fans coming out late at night to support their team. There's also a lot of people supporting the Aggies in this building as well. Good atmosphere for the nightcap here in the Mountain West. Whoa, shot clock about to expire. Anderson throws it up, no good. And Njai with the rebound.
I think it's a good idea for UNLV to try and push it a little bit, maybe beat this zone down the floor before it sets up, because in the half court, it's been tough.
Bedford. And UNLV is now 1 for 10. Voslev eyeing the shot clock. Going right at Hill. Voslev for 2 more. And this is where Kevin Kruger is kind of caught. You call a timeout, try to slow down this pace, or do you have to try to preserve it for later in the game when you know your shorthanded group will be tired?
I think you got to keep this thing within shouting distance. You know, right now, that's your goal. It's 16-5.
And a foul committed by Drake Allen. And there is Martinez. As we mentioned, they changed an earlier foul that was called against Martinez to Dexter Akano. So that's why Martinez has 2, Akano with 1. Five team fouls now against the Aggies here in the first half.
And this zone basically morphs into however the offense is set up. If there's 3 guys out, it shows 3 guys out. If there's 2 guys out, there'll be 2 guys out.
Alberry's such an aggressive defender. Wow. Shot clock winding down. Henley with an air ball.
These guys just make it hard for you to get any kind of a good shot. And without an inside presence to score in the low post, Njai's a good player, but he's not really a scorer. He's a shot blocker and a rebounder. It's tough if you don't have a big guy to throw in there to do something.
We'll see if Kruger brings Bear Cherry back on the floor with those 2 early fouls.
He may need to, like it may be the 8-minute mark.
Allen for 3. Long rebound, right out to Utah State as Akano misses. And a timeout with 11:39 to go. Good start for the 3rd seed in the Mountain West Conference Tournament, Utah State. You're watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota.
Back here in Vegas, Coach, what do you like about how your defense has impacted the start of this game?
Yeah, we don't want to get spread out against UNLV. They play a lot of dribble drives, so positioning is the key in this game.
Martinez with 2. How do you manage that down the stretch here in the first half?
I'll play him. I mean, I play guys with 2 fouls. He's got to be smart.
Coach, thanks.
Thank you.
You know, one thing we've seen from Jared Calhoun is he's a guy who loves to have the floor spread, and they're one of the top 5 teams in the country in cut scoring. Look at this. They have good spacing, and they're clearing a guy out there, and that's how they run their offense. Spread out. You're going to see screens. Look how the middle's wide open there, and they end up getting something really easy. And you know what he's talked about was what he told us this morning. Can't allow UNLV to spread us out. So their defense right now has been very active, and they're not allowing UNLV to get in the gaps. And that's what you want to do when you play against any kind of a zone. Right now, UNLV not being able to.
And you saw Cherry is back on the floor with the 2 fouls and 11.5 to go.
Yeah, I think they really had to play him a little bit. I mean, when do you see a zone play with this much pressure? There's a lot of pressure out there.
Hill. And a foul is called. That's the 6th foul on the Aggies here in the first half. Jarrett Calhoun has challenged his team to be more physical defensively. On a whole, they're a little undersized compared to most teams in the Mountain West. And he knows that and tries to use that as motivation. They had been physical in this game, but now 6 fouls, UNLV will be shooting the rest of the half.
Yeah, I think they're playing pretty physical right now.
Let's take a look at our Reese's player profile as we zone in on Jalen Hill, the transfer from Oklahoma, where he spent 4 seasons. Aspires to start his own gym. All right.
18-10 last night against Air Force.
The 18 was a UNLV career high. Played all 40 minutes as well. And the worst part of his night, he said, was getting in an ice bath after the game. Does not like the ice bath, but when you play 40 minutes, you got to hop in. And on the rebound, a foul is called on Albury, and that'll send UNLV to the line.
Yeah, I mean, this is a savior for UNLV. They're going to be shooting free throws for the next 11 minutes. Let's face it, too, with Martinez and Falslev out, offensively, things have gone a little stagnant for the Aggies.
Evan told you about Bedford's eye injury in yesterday's win over Air Force as he knocks in the front end of the 1-and-1. Saturday morning, head across the pond for an EFL showdown. Stoke City and Millwall go head-to-head at 8:30 Eastern. Catch it all right here on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount+. Lap, you told us you had a similar eye injury when you played.
Yeah, I dove into a knee when I was in college, and when I went home, my mother didn't understand this stuff. I walked into the house and she almost fainted. Seriously, my friends had to grab her because she was going to faint because my eye was closed completely and huge.
Poor mom.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. That's what you get for diving for a loose ball.
Unfortunately, we don't have the footage, otherwise we'd roll it in.
Footage didn't exist then.
Shot clock at 3. Bedford throws one up, and it goes in. That's a 2.
Well, needless to say, you're not going to beat anybody taking shots like that all night, but it's nice when it goes in.
It's the second field goal of the night for UNLV. And then inside, Catarezzi couldn't finish and out of bounds to the Rebels. How about the shot by Jalen Bedford?
Yeah, I mean, it was a heck of a shot. Obviously, he just throws this thing up.
And there's his teammates having some fun with his eye.
One eye.
Being told they'll look at that at the next media timeout to see if it was a 2 or a 3.
That might have been a 3.
It in. It might have been, and Calhoun has seen enough. Timeout, Utah State. It's a 7-0 run for the Runnin' Rebels, and they are within 4 in Vegas. And you take another look at that incredible shot by Bedford, but you can see it is a 2 and not a 3.
Yeah, his left foot was inside the line when he took off.
A 3-minute and 11-second scoreless drought for Utah State. And it's allowed UNLV to get right back in it here in the first half.
And Mason Falslev right back in the game. You know, one thing about this UNLV team, they guard you. Defensively, they're one of the best in the league. Defensive field goal percentage, defending the 3.
And here comes Ian Martinez to the scorer's table with the 2 fouls. What a move by Allen, but he missed it. Catarezzi scoops it up. And a tie-up. Whoa! And Henley and Gatorezzi exchange some words. Possession arrow favors UNLV. So here comes Martinez with the 2 fouls and 9:07 on the clock.
I like that move. I like playing a guy. You know, he's a big analytics guy, Jared Calhoun. And the analytics say you shouldn't sit a guy for 18 minutes because of 2 fouls. Play him.
Henley a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound by Njai. Sends it back out. Bedford drops right back in. Bedford. Oh, no, it would not go. Rebound Henley, yes. 9 in a row for the Rebels.
And let's face it, Utah State sitting there with 16 points. You average 82 a game.
5 offensive rebounds for UNLV. False left to Templin. Here comes the double. Martinez a 3. It's good. Big shot for Utah State.
And that was a great kick out by Templin from the low post.
That ends a 4.5-minute scoreless drought for the Aggies. Hill goes up with it, draws contact, and a foul. So UNLV might be short-handed, but they have come to fight. The Rebels on a 9-3 run. It's a 5-point game. You're watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota.
Basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Kubota. Together we do more. By Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness. Reach new heights. And by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Back here at the Thomas and Mack, Coach, what changed offensively to generate some momentum in that run?
I mean, just fight. I mean, how awesome is this? I mean, look at these guys. They've been dealt nothing but curveballs, nothing but changes and disruptions and with injuries, and they do nothing but fight. Obviously, it came out, right? We wanted to limit their run as much as possible out of the tunnel. We didn't do a great job of that, but look at this. Right back into it, 5-point game, because we've been fighting and competing and clawing and just working our tails off to get back in it. And here we are. We've made it a ball game here. Last 8 minutes of the first half. Couldn't be more happy and more proud of them. I know they're going to keep fighting.
Love it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Kevin Kruger just told us exactly how he feels, you know, about these kids and what they've done, considering the tough year that they've had and the guys they lost. I mean, Deon Thomas is one of the best players in the league. So give him credit for these guys coming out here and fighting. And, you know, the fact that they're getting to the free throw line so much, Utah State's fouling them, that helps.
You saw the fight in the regular season finale at New Mexico. UNLV was already locked into the 6th seed. That's when Rishwain went down in the first half. There wasn't a whole lot to be gained at New Mexico, but they fought the Lobos hard to the very end, and that's what Kevin Kruger told us and just told Evan again. This team fights.
Hey, let me tell you something. I knew Lon Kruger well. The acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. His team's played really hard, too.
Utah State, meanwhile, started the game 6 of 10. Since then, they are 1 for their last 8 from the floor.
Yeah, I mean, give UNLV credit. And like I said, they held people to 42% field goal percentage this year. They're a good defensive team. And they are attacking this zone.
Great feed from Henley to Njai.
They are getting into the teeth of the zone now. And that's what Jared Calhoun talked about. We can't let them dribble, penetrate our gaps. That's what they're doing. And this defense is really aggressive.
13-3 run. Martinez is fouled. How about the feed from Jaden Henley at the other end?
Well, he makes the play by getting in the lane, and then the help's got to come. And NJ's back there by himself because Templin had to come up. That's just a good play. And they have Utah State out of sync in the half court now. And Utah State is a top 10 half court offensive team in the country. It doesn't look that way right now.
Martinez a three. Well short. UNLV down by as many as 11 in the first half. Has a chance to take the lead right here.
Let's see if they can get into the gaps again off the dribble.
Henley. Long rebound. And it was Cottrell able to secure it. Henley flies in, and he's fouled. Went for the highlight reel jam.
I'll tell you, this crowd is really appreciating what these guys are doing right now.
Oof. Templin commits his first.
Eight out of 9 from the free throw line.
And Steve, just looking at the UNLV bench after Henley went up and got fouled, Kevin Kruger walking down, slapping five. The energy on that UNLV bench right now is high.
The only way this team can win the way they are now is with tremendous energy. And right now, they got it. And these guys are a little flustered to me. Utah State.
Great pass by Martinez. Henley behind the back, all the way in with the left hand. A 17-3 run.
I tell you, these guys are out there having fun right now. And they're having fun playing great defense because they're playing against a great offensive team.
Falslev is fouled.
Really good job by Henley being in the right position. And what a heck of a move there. He goes behind the back, through the legs, then behind the back. And a nice finish with the left. That was a heck of a play.
Falslev at the line. Martinez will come out. NJ as well. Falslev makes them both just 56% on the season from the free throw line.
And there is some pressure by Utah State.
Henley baseline, Falslev right there. Shot clock down to 5.
Yeah, you got to get the ball out of that corner.
Benford, that's a deep three. Already one prayer today. Falslev catches that, and a shot clock violation. These two teams split the two meetings this year, with each team winning at home, but both were close. UNLV won by 3 in this building. Utah State won in Logan by 5.
But with completely different teams.
Right. Akano quiet so far. Trying to get to the basket here. He does, but can't finish. Falslev comes in to take it away. Anderson a 3. Good. Tucker Anderson from the outside.
Really good shooter from Central Arkansas. Shot it great there. Hasn't shot it as well this year, but he has that reputation.
His second 3 of the night.
Getting into the teeth of that zone again.
Cottrell hits a 3.
If you can get into that zone in the lane like they're doing off the dribble now, all kinds of good things happen. In the beginning of the game, they couldn't do that.
Cottrell played a total of 10 minutes in Mountain West games this year. But due to injuries, he is out there tonight and just knocked in his 5th field goal of the year. Anderson looking for 3 more. Why not?
Yeah, they left him alone there.
Anderson had a season-high 19 in this building against UNLV. He's already got 9 in the first half tonight.
I don't like that shot.
But Hicks is right there to catch it. Shot clock at 5. It did not reset. And now the officials stop play.
I don't think that hit the rim.
I don't think it hit the rim. Now they're going to call it the media timeout while they talk it over. Utah State's finally found a little bit of offense, but how about the fight from the Rebs late night in Vegas? Coming up, AT&T at the half. It's a late night back east. Stover in a robe. Look at this. Not that John's working, obviously. AT&T at the half is coming up. A whole lot to talk about, Lap, including Jerry Pong. This was his bracketology this morning.
Indiana, I think, still in. San Diego State, big question mark. They're not going to sleep very well. Xavier, I think, out for the X. Boise State, still alive. North Carolina, still alive. Wake, done. Dayton, tomorrow, still alive.
What does the line on Dayton mean? That means tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
What did I say?
No, I don't know. I didn't know what the line. It was like a half line.
Well, they got to play.
Trying to figure it out.
Even though they're not in right now, Dayton, they got to win the Atlantic 10 tournament to get in.
Offensive rebound by UNLV again, and Jalen Hill escapes with the ball. 3 minutes to go in the first half.
8 offensive rebounds to 4.
And a whistle before the shot of travel. And Kevin Kruger cannot believe it. Watch the feet.
That's a walk. That is a travel.
Albury, great speed, lost it going to the basket, and he was the last man to touch it. Each team now with 3 turnovers in the first half.
UNLV's defense has been very physical. They had physical guys.
Henley couldn't catch it. Falslev steals it.
Leads the Mountain West in steals.
2.3 per game. Akano, no. Falslev. No, we'll call that a pass.
UNLV's got to be careful to go into halftime still in this thing.
Another offensive rebound and a foul inside. This was Akano with a pass.
It was a wide left pass.
Yes. Akano just picked up his 2nd foul. I think Jared Calhoun and his staff are upset now about the rebounding, and they have every right to be. UNLV out-rebounding Utah State by 5, and 9 offensive rebounds for the Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, that is obviously a killer, and they have 6 points off those second chance rebounds.
Las Vegas native Isaiah Cottrell at the line. During the month of March, Jersey Mike's will be collecting donations in support of 200 local charities. Visit your local Jersey Mike's to participate.
Utah State has not been able to get into a good flow on this end of the floor. But give UNLV, it's because of UNLV's defense.
Gateretzi off glass for 2. Using the window.
Had the mismatch with the switch. Smaller guy on him, he takes him.
Hill directing traffic with 90 seconds to go in the first half. Hill tied up inside. A foul is called. That's going to go on Tucker Anderson.
Free throw line has been keeping them in the game. 12 out of 13.
Compared to 4 of 4 for Calhoun and the Aggies. That was the third foul on Tucker Anderson. So he'll come out of the game, and Isaac Johnson checks in. And some confusion there as Gateretse thought he was going out, but it is Anderson because of his third. .14 points at the free throw line for UNLV here in the first half. Falslev nearly turned it over. Alberry saves him. Alberry drives right in, misses, but Gateretse does not.
Transfer from Stetson does a lot of little things.
Henley, tough shot, no good. Inside, a minute to go. Falslev.
Good closeout there.
Gateretse. No.
They need to slow this up, my opinion.
Kevin Kruger can call timeout, and he will. Use it or lose it here with 31 seconds to go. We'll step aside as well. Rebels with the ball, down by 4. Well, during the month of March, CBS Sports celebrates women's history, honoring the role of women, inspiring generations to move forward together. Back in Vegas with our producer, Jonathan Siegel, our director, Andy Goldberg, our entire CBS Sports Network crew. So pleased to bring you all 4 Mountain West quarterfinal games today on CBS Sports Network. Eight-second difference between the game and shot clocks. Hill, nowhere to go, sends it out. Cottrell, another 3. No, and the rebound to Gateretse. 8 seconds to go. Alberry with great speed, races up ahead. Alberry sends it out. Akano, a 3. Good! At the horn.
Big play at the end of the half. They had every opportunity to make this a 2 or 3 point game, and it ends up being 7. Great execution in transition. Arbery to Akano, who spotted up, and he knocks it out. That's a big shot because UNLV played their heads off, and they're down 7.
Evan with Jared Calhoun.
Mason actually is joining us.
Mason.
Andrew, nice enough to stop by. They seem to frustrate you guys for a period there in the first half with their defense. What changed?
You know, they're playing aggressive. They're blitzing ball screens, and they're playing physical. And, you know, we're trying to figure out ways to manipulate the offense to just get some buckets. But it's hard when they're physical, you know?
Absolutely. Nearly half their points on the free throw line. What do you need to do in the second half to avoid that?
I don't know, maybe just stay more straight up. I feel like we're doing good, man, but, you know, we can't foul. That's the reason why half of our guys are sitting on the bench, so we got to be smarter next half.
Appreciate your time.
Yep, thank you, guys.
Utah State ended the half on a 12-4 run. They hit 6 threes in that first half. Coming up, it's AT&T at the half. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Back in Vegas, the Sphere dominates all. Utah State up by 7 at the break. So we take a look at the halftime stats. UNLV with those free throws, 14 of 15. That really kept them in it in the first half. Back courtside with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalan. Evan Washburn, we'll hear from him in a moment. Sometimes in Vegas, you can have a wild ride. That first half was a bit of a wild ride for these two teams.
It kind of looked like UNLV might get blown out of the building, and then all of a sudden they just geared it up on the defensive end. I mean, think about this. Utah State held them to 29% shooting. You would think that they'd be up more than these 7 points. They're lucky to be upset they made that three at the end of the half. So, I mean, right now, UNLV, because of their defense, they're doing a great job guarding these guys, but they can't let it get away from them now, especially that three-point shooting, because this Utah State team can really shoot it. They were 6 for 15 from three. Doesn't sound great, but that's 40%, and that's what this team does. So this is where UNLV has to hang in there on the defensive end.
Meanwhile, for UNLV, it was Jaden Henley who led the team with 10 points.
Yeah, the transfer from DePaul has been terrific. Off the dribble, making shots, being aggressive, getting on the glass. He's been terrific.
Let's check in with Evan.
Andrew spoke with Kevin Kruger, and he acknowledged just how critical the first 4 minutes of this second half are going to be. They cannot have a slow start like they did to start the game. Offensively, the way he phrased it, we have to be strong. We have to attack them, not allow them to dictate things. It leads to good opportunities, and it's also, guys, as you laid out, led to all those free throw opportunities.
Yeah, they've got to be aggressive. That's the key, and that's what allowed them to get back into this thing.
Martinez at three, off the front of the rim, but tipped out by Gadaretse. Offensive rebounds were a big force for UNLV in the first half. They had 10 of them. Albury all the way, and he's fouled going to the basket.
Wow, I don't know how that didn't go in.
And that foul is on Cherry, who immediately picks up his third.
I'll tell you what, I don't know. He looked like he got his hands straight up.
Kevin Kruger looking for an explanation. Cherry, who had 13 points in yesterday's opening round win against Air Force, has been limited tonight. Let's check in with Evan again.
Yeah, guys, and just one thing I wanted to add as well from the conversation with Kevin. He made the point, and we have to remind folks just how thin this bench is. So many new lineups. So he was making the point, a couple possessions in, we're still figuring out how to work with one another. So that could lead to some of the offensive stalls we've seen at times.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, and they basically only played 6 guys because Cherry only played 4 minutes in the first half.
Bedford a three, and we told you about his eye injury. He has struggled tonight. He is 1 for 10.
Not crazy about that shot.
Martinez a three. Spins out, and the rebound to UNLV. To Evan's point, Kevin Kruger said normally on a day like today, they'd go to a gym, they'd do a walkthrough. He said today, since they're so short-handed and played yesterday, they stayed at the hotel the whole day. They watched film, they walked through a few things in the ballroom of their hotel. They can't do what a lot of other teams can do because of the health right now.
And they just got a really good look down the other end there. Henley wasn't able to knock it down. Good pass from Cherry. I think getting off to a good start is important for them in terms of their energy.
Martinez for two.
Like they came back with a good run in the first half. Do they have the juice to do it again?
Bedford will keep shooting. This one goes in.
You know, with Rich Wayne down, he's their best shooter.
And good defense there by Jalen Hill to get a hand on it. Really transition. Hill gets it back, goes all the way. Missed it. And out of bounds. No signal yet now, Utah State basketball.
Yeah, those are the ones you can't miss. This is a flat-out layup.
Cherry still out there with 3 fouls. Albury, tough pass. And a turnover.
You know what? As Mason Foslev said at halftime, they're very physical, and they're playing physical.
Cherry fumbles it on the block, recovers to Bedford for three. 2 in a row for Jalen Bedford.
Off a loose ball, he finally picks it up, and they get a 3 out of it.
So the Rebels had 1 3-pointer the entire first half. They already have 2 in the first 3 minutes of the second half. Foslev, scoop shot's good.
Not getting too many of those uncontested like that one.
Foslev in double figures for the 23rd time. He's got 10 points. Bedford has made his last 2, directing traffic with the shot clock winding down. Bounces it to Cherry. Outside Henley. 3 to shoot. Henley is rejected by Gaterezzi. Alberry so fast in transition, and he draws the foul.
That might be a goaltend.
Yeah, they're calling for a goaltend.
No, 2 shots. Oh, that hit the backboard first, I think. Yeah, I thought that hit the back. It was like, that's close.
They do not count the basket. Instead, Alberry at the free throw line.
Alberry at the line, shooting 2 shots.
Let's take one more look. Different angle here. Close.
Close. Like it looked like maybe simultaneously hit the backboard. He hit it and it hit the backboard at the same time.
Did not call it, cannot look at it. Alberry makes them both. And he will come out. Drake Allen back on the floor.
I'll tell you one thing, Jared Calhoun is definitely, like he always does, using his depth. Good hands.
Allen got it.
Where their fate is not in their hands anymore. I would say right now, probably out. Jerry had them in the first 4 as it was. Now they lost to another team in the first 4. I think they're out.
A couple days away from finding out. Foslev to Gaterezzi. As UNLV is hanging tough. A 5-point game. Foslev off the window.
He's tough going to the basket. That was pretty good defense that time.
A dozen for Mason Foslev, who earlier this week was named second-team All-Mountain West and a member of the All-Mountain West defensive team, and he nearly created a turnover right there.
What did Jared Calhoun tell us about him? He's the most competitive guy he's ever met.
Yeah, to Evan's point, telling us that Calhoun and Joe Mazzulla are good friends, Calhoun said that Foslev reminds him of Joe Mazzulla in the way that they fight and compete. In Calhoun's words, he said Mason Foslev would bite your hand off to win a card game, which is not legal here in Vegas. Whistle and a foul. Templin commits his second. Jalen Hill. Allen comes over to the double. Hill tries to get out of it, over to Hicks. Now Bedford left alone. Misses the 3, and Foslev goes up to get the rebound.
Yeah, that's the one guy you really can't leave alone. That was a good job by UNLV. Got to make that one.
Templin finally gets it to Foslev. Falslev, that's a pass to Templin, and a little too ambitious there. Jared Calhoun was looking for a push, didn't get the call.
Aggressive double tats off his leg.
Yep, last touch by Jaden Henley.
You know, that's what Utah State does. They double team in opportunistic areas like the sideline there. It's a great place to go get somebody. Force the turnover.
Each team with 5 turnovers tonight.
They'll get you on the baseline. They'll get you on the sideline. Those are the good places.
Falslev can't finish. Templin, the putback.
I'll tell you, I like this kid. He gives them a tremendous lift off the bed. There are his boys, though, in the stands. I think they had to dye their hair, though. I don't think he did.
I think Evans' hair looks like that without the gel. That's my guess. And a reach-in foul.
Ooh.
Falslev commits the foul. Oh, there we go. We got a split screen going.
You think I have product in, huh, Andrew?
I can't even venture a guess.
A headband for tomorrow's semis.
You've been here for, I don't know, 12 hours, so I'm guessing if you did have product, it may have worn off by now. Akano's 3. How about the tip? And tipped around right back to Akano. That was Tucker Anderson who tipped it back. Athletic play.
I'll tell you, that Albury, he's kind of like all over the place.
Templin a 3. It's good! Timeout, UNLV. It's got to be the hair. Free flowing from the outside.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Well, UNLV pulled within 4 points, but since then Utah State has gone on an 11-3 run, and Mason Falslev right in the middle of it.
Yeah, this kid is obviously a really good player. He can take it to the basket. He's also a 42% three-point shooter this year, going up from 31 last year. Tremendous at using the backboard and driving it to the basket. Ian Martinez has not been on his game, but this kid has really done a good job.
Largest lead of the night for the Aggies. They led by as many as 11 in the first half. It's up to 12 with 13:07 to go. But we've seen this UNLV team fight and fight and fight. Let's see if they can punch back here and keep their season alive.
Yeah, this is obviously a key point in this game.
Bear double teamed. Cherry is fouled. And Jared Calhoun looking for a travel. Aggie fans not happy.
You know, they had him bottled up in there, and then he somehow got through this double team. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he traveled.
The foul is on Tucker Anderson, and that is his 4th. So Anderson comes out with the 4, and Falslev, who was getting a breather, comes right back in the ball game. Cherry is a 59% free throw shooter. Spent his first 2 years at New Mexico Junior College. before coming here to Vegas to play for UNLV. Over to Evan.
Well, guys, we know Ian Martinez's minutes have been limited due to foul trouble. But also, at one point, athletic training staff looking at his left foot, left ankle, just something to keep an eye on. He looks active and available, but with limited minutes, worth noting.
Nice feed from Drake Allen to Carson Templin.
Yeah, great job on the pick and roll, just diving hard to the basket.
Well, Evan, Ian Martinez was listening. He just walked to the scorer's table and set the check-in. Hill steps into a three.
See, that's a good guy to double off because Hill is not a good three-point shooter. So they double off of him, give him the open three, and it pays off.
Alcano is left open. Wow. There's two open.
And he's a good shooter.
Timeout on the floor. Aggies on a 9-1 run. You're watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota. Well, CBS Sports Network's coverage of the Mountain West Conference Tournament continues tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern as New Mexico, the top seed, faces Boise State. That's the first semifinal matchup. And then the winner of this one will take on Colorado State in the nightcap, which starts just before midnight here on CBS Sports Network. Rich Waltz, Dan Dickow, and Evan Washburn will call those games. And then the championship game coming up Saturday on CBS. .11:50 to go here in the second half. And Utah State trying to advance on to the semifinals. This is their third consecutive 25-win season as Cottrell misses the three. Martinez fights for the rebound. Calhoun is saying, let's go, let's push. And a foul is committed by Isaiah Cottrell.
Yeah, they picked up the intensity on the defensive end. You see in this half, they've been trapping a little bit more, looking to make speed UNLV up a little bit. Little full court pressure. I like what Jerry Calhoun is trying to do, get them to speed this thing up.
Actually, the foul is called on Jalen Hill, not Cottrell. That is 3 team fouls against the Rebels.
Yeah, just mishandled the ball.
A scramble. Templin is fighting for it. And we have a tie-up. Take it easy. Take it easy. Tie-up, and the arrow goes to UNLV.
All right, that's enough. I think the whistle blew like 4 seconds before that.
Oh, what a play by Allen. What a steal. Trying to finish it off. Misses, but a foul. What a steal by Drake Allen.
Yeah, that was a tremendous rip. Yeah, that was just great defense.
Allen's brother, Dax, has committed to play at Utah State in 2027. Fourth different stop for Drake Allen, from Snow College to Southern Utah to Utah Valley and now to Utah State.
Pretty good guy coming off the bench. Leader in assists.
7th in the Mountain West. .54-39. And not a good foul.
No.
And let's face it, the fouls is what kept UNLV in this game in the first half. They went 14 of 15 at the line, and that's the last thing Calhoun needs now is to have these fouls add up as Alberry commits his second. Cherry is getting doubled every time.
Look how active the Utah State. There's another one.
Allen got a hand on that one. He's trying to dive for the ball. Hill has it. Shot clock's at 4. It did not reset. See if Bedford's aware of it. Nope. Shot clock violation. Great defense by Utah State.
I'll tell you, Drake Allen and Templin off the bench have really keyed a lot of this.
Aggie fans are feeling it here. Late night in Vegas. Martinez for 3. Bedford's left open. He'll pop a 3. And a whistle and a foul is called. And they're going to get Carson Templin. That's his 3rd. And 16 fouls against the Aggies with 10 minutes to go. Templin gets a huge ovation as he heads out, playing off that crowd. Hill gets the bounce.
Those easy ones have been few and far between.
Martinez had it knocked away. I think that was Bedford that got a hand on it. So UNLV trying to make a push here. Well, bad pass. Oh, but a foul is called. Wow. And that's the 17th foul. Gadarezzi is whistled for this one.
Well, I mean, it looked like Jerry had really good position. Let's see what happens here. Well, that's a good call. Good call. Had his arm around his waist.
But Cherry misses the front end. You wonder just how much UNLV has left in the tank right now, playing shorthanded tonight.
Yeah, because they're going to need a big effort here to overcome the 13-point lead against this team. Stepped out.
Now, if Utah State survives this game, I think Coach Calhoun has a number of things he can talk about with his team tomorrow. They would be playing Colorado State. But first they got to take care of UNLV, and they're not going to go quietly.
Oh, that's no basket.
No basket.
It's a foul.
Alberry is called for the foul, his 3rd. It'll be a 1-and-1 for UNLV. Once again, it'll be Cherry at the line.
You know, the other thing I think that makes a difference too, Andrew, is that UNLV played last night and won a game in the tournament. So they come in feeling good about things, whereas Utah State, you know, a little bit tight at times, even though they came out of the gate pretty good.
2 free throws for Cherry, not a 1-and-1. Falslev going to the basket. Bad pass.
Yeah.
Bad possessions lately for Utah State.
Yes. He thought Gattaretzi was going to go up and get that lob there.
And then Jalen Hill was called for the foul. This is similar to what we saw in the first half. Utah State, a big spurt to start, then they really went the other way for a while. The difference in this half is that UNLV has not been able to take advantage like they did in the first half.
Yeah, 100%. Utah State's defense has been better.
See if they can have a good half-court set here. I've not seen it in a few trips. Martinez. No. Out of bounds. And a foul is called. And that is going to go on Jalen Hill, rather. No, it is on Brooklyn Hicks. 16 fouls now against the Rebels.
Yeah. Good curl.
Martinez, yes. Martinez with 10 points, putting him in double figures every game this season. Bedford for three. He has a rebound to Akano.
He made those 2 in a row earlier in the half. Missed his last few.
Yeah, he's 2 for 9 from deep and 3 for 15 on the night. You give him credit. Clearly that eye has thrown him off. Allen's rejected.
Not a good decision there by Allen.
Henley the other way. And a blocking foul is called against Utah State. With 7:26 to go. We got more coming on the Carson fan club when we come back. Late night at the Mountain West Tournament. This is currently one of just 3 games still going on. Yes, we sleep in May. Kentucky just won, so only 3 games left for this night. Beautiful time of the year. As we go into the crowd with Evan Washburn.
Well, Andrew, if you start a hair story, I'm going to chase it down. So that's the Carson Templin fan club. Johnny Lawrence would be proud as well. Cobra Kai, the inspiration. We've got Tony there with the white brim hat. He's buddies with Carson, so he came up with the idea to give the wigs to the younger gentlemen that are part of bringing what is a joy to all of us. But the best part about this, guys, is I went up and spoke with them. Those are high schoolers. They drove down from Logan. They will not be going to school tomorrow because they're going to ride it out with the Aggies and ride it out with their guy Carson. And yes, once again, it's Cobra Kai that was reintroduced, Karate Kid, the original, and now we've got a new generation of Johnny Lawrence fans. Sweep the leg.
They better be careful going home. It's a long ride.
Yeah. By the way, the school principal, let's hope he's not watching. Now he knows exactly where 6 kids are tomorrow. Falslev slipped, and there goes Henley the other way for the flush.
Henley is so aggressive defensively. He's killing a lot of these handoffs, which is what Mason Falslev told Evan at halftime. They're blitzing a lot of these handoffs and being very aggressive. Still, another steal.
Utah State with 7 turnovers here in the second half. They have been sloppy with the ball and the lead. And a foul is called as Gattaretzi is on his back.
Watch Henley. Good finish. You see how he's blitzing that handoff.
The UNLV fans not happy with this call. Bedford is whistled for the foul.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of was just standing there.
And that's the 7th team foul against UNLV, so it's a 1-and-1 for Gaterezzi. Misses the front end. Utah State's keeping the door open.
Because of the way they're playing offensively, or you can look at it this way, the way UNLV is defending them.
Yeah. Hill out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rebels.
That's a lot of contact there, I got to tell you. That's the one thing they've been talking about. Call the first bang.
Templin and Bear Cherry back on the floor for their respective teams with 6.5 to go. Hill had it poked away. Henley saves it from going out and sends it back up top. Bedford connects.
Well, they got it in single digits again. Very small team in for Utah State.
Falslev with 8 to shoot. Templin sets the screen. Falslev to Templin. Templin, yes.
Good pass from Falslev that time.
Templin's got 9 points to go along with 5 rebounds. All 9 have come here in the second half. And the fouls, again, an issue for Utah State.
Yeah, that was a bad foul.
Drake Allen commits his 3rd. Coming up next, join our college basketball experts in the studios. They talk all things conference tournaments with highlights of top plays, unmatched insights. Bracket week continues here on CBS Sports Network. Ten-point game, 5.5 to go. Utah State and UNLV playing for a spot in the semis against Colorado State. Falslev's 3's no good. Henley's fouled. Now this game is just absolutely slowed down to a crawl with all these fouls.
There's a whistle on every play now.
Akano with his 4th. Free throw discrepancy for UNLV. First half 14 out of 15. This half 6 for 11.
You know what's really hurt Utah State? They're 1 for 8 from 3 in the second half.
Well, it's an Aggie team that went 3-3 in the final 6 games of the regular season. Few questions heading into the postseason, not about their place in the NCAA tournament. Or Jerry Palm has them as a 9 seed, but just can they get their mojo back? And we've seen it in flashes tonight, but not consistently. Templin for 3. It's too strong. Martinez the offensive rebound, and he is fouled. Here's the Utah State resume. 25-6 record, a net ranking of 37. Only 2 quad 1 wins. But they beat St. Mary's on the road. A huge win for Utah State. In the conference, they beat San Diego State twice and went 1-1 against Boise State and Colorado State.
At St. Mary's, that's the one that's going to get them in.
Missed free throw, but an offensive rebound. That's the 13th of the night for the Aggies. Allen sees an opening and finishes.
You know, if not anything else, people have seen tonight how to guard Utah State. Physical. Blitz those handoffs and be physical with them. There's an example where the handoff just got away from them. They didn't blitz that one. He turned the corner and got a layup.
Albury back in for Drake Allen.
Hanging around, Andrew.
Well, in this game, there's been 36 fouls called. 23 on Utah State. Martinez, a three.
That was a big shot.
13 for Martinez, his third triple of the night. There's a look at the foul trouble for the Aggies. 3 players with 4 apiece. Let's see if they can play defensive possession without fouling. They do. False layup, baseline, yes.
He's so tough going to the basket. That's what he's really shown tonight, the ability to go to the basket.
Aggie fans making noise. 3.5 to go. Long rebound right to Bedford. Dribbles in. Too strong off glass. Another offensive rebound. And now a foul called against Utah State. That's the 4th on Carson Templin. With 3:18 to go, our final media timeout. UNLV and Utah State. Late night on CBS Sports Network. Let's see who's reaching new heights. Brought to you by Werner Ladder.
And it was Carson Templin. He's reaching new heights, that's for sure. Great job coming off the bench. Their bench in general has been really good.
Moving the ball not as well as they usually move the ball. They average close to 18 assists per game, 12 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're number 7 in the country in that statistic. So normally, this is a team that assists a lot more than this. But you got to, again, give UNLV credit for the way they played defensively.
Jalen Hill is at the free throw line. There'll be 2 shots for the senior from Las Vegas. Albury comes to get it. Some pressure here from UNLV.
Whoa, pass. Very lucky there.
Bailed out is Albury.
Boy, I don't know what Albury was thinking. He just floated that thing.
Martinez dribbles in with the left hand. Counted in the foul. Jared Calhoun is still furious with Dayton Albury for his pass in the backcourt.
Yeah, that was... Martinez does a good job with the shot fake. Instead of settling for the jumper, knows how much is left on the clock and takes it to the basket and one.
16 for Martinez. That matches his season average.
You know, considering in the first half he didn't play that much and wasn't a factor, he's become a factor.
Henley is fouled. It's unbelievable. every play. And you know what? They're all fouls.
Yeah, they are fouls.
It's not like the refs are calling something they're not seeing. They're fouls.
Yeah.
UNLV's last 8 points have come at the free throw line.
Sounds similar to what happened in the first half. And now if UNLV's going to bring some pressure now, and if I'm Utah State, I'm starting to play the clock a little bit. Be aggressive against the pressure. Wow, they're
kicked out by Hill. Falslev goes the length of the floor to Templin. Wow. And now he'll pull it back out. Oh, my goodness. Out of bounds to UNLV.
Yeah, give them credit. They are being really aggressive. They're not letting them hand the ball off. And they're not even turned around yet.
Henley flies in, misses. Hill, the offensive rebound. Now a whistle and a tie-up. And it favors Utah State, and Jarrett Calhoun is going to call timeout.
I think that's a good timeout.
He is not happy.
His team is being really lax with the ball.
Yeah, and look, as you said, you give UNLV a lot of credit for the way they're fighting and playing hard. But Utah State has lacked that killer instinct. That's what you want to see from them in this spot right now. They haven't been able to put UNLV away.
Yeah, and all they had to do really is handle the ball a little bit. That pass from Arbery in the backcourt, the way that last possession was up here.
8 turnovers this half for Utah State.
Let's face it, they've struggled a little bit at the end of the year. They're not playing great.
Told you they went 3-3 in their final 6 regular season games. What do you got, Evan?
Well, guys, you mentioned the way the season finished and the way they're finishing this game, and I thought Jarrett Calhoun was honest with us, and he said the way the season ended, it left an empty feeling. We came here to Vegas to make our mark on the Mountain West. Look, they're probably firmly in the NCAA tournament next week, but they feel like this is a critical stretch for them to, again, make their mark in this league.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing an undermanned team tonight, and they just didn't, they're doing enough, but not good.
Alberry, no. And it looks like Brooklyn Hicks was out of bounds when he got the rebound, so it'll go back to Utah State. Shot clock at 20. Martinez comes off the screen. Rolls in a tough pass.
Another turnover.
UNLV basketball.
And they're not even really like killing any clock. They're going man to man now, it looks like, but they don't do that often.
Bedford, no, tipped around. Cherry's got it. Ripped away by Falslev, but a foul is called on Templin.
I tell you, these UNLV kids, they're not giving up. They're fighting like there's no tomorrow. And there isn't, actually.
Very true. Templin is just fouled out. Templin gets a huge ovation, including from the high school kids who made the trip from Logan. 4 of Templin's 5 fouls have come here in the second half.
You know, once you give up, this kid's been all over the offensive glass, Jerry. You know, he hasn't been able to finish a lot of them, but he's been out under there. You know, once you give up offensive rebounds, a lot of times that's what you end up doing is fouling.
Cherry has 4 offensive rebounds as a team. UNLV with 17 tonight. Two shots for Cherry. Both his parents and his older brother played college basketball. And Jeremiah following in their footsteps. 1 out of 2 at the line. Falslev the rebound, and he's fouled.
Third personal. 10-team foul.
Falslev tonight, 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Yeah, he definitely stuffs that stat sheet.
Shooting 2 shots.
Cottrell back in as Brooklyn Hicks heads out. Falslev's first free throw miss of the night. Contact down low. Cherry's following, not there. Gateretsy the rebound.
They're going to foul.
Albury brings it across, gets it over to Drake Allen.
I guess what? They're not fouling.
So much pressure. Albury nearly turns it over again. Somehow it ends up in Allen's hands with a minute to go. Martinez is fouled.
That was a rough possession because it looked like UNLV should have fouled a long time ago.
Instead, Cherry commits his 4th. Utah State has attempted 15 free throws tonight. UNLV has shot 35. Martinez, an 88% free throw shooter, #1 in the Mountain West, and he misses. It's been a strange second half.
Very.
One out of 2 for Martinez.
You know, these guys are just going to go down and drive it. Get to the foul line, stop the clock.
Henley misses. Martinez the rebound. Brings it across.
I think that's it. They gave it everything they had. They sort of undermanned, basically 5-6 guys against a good team.
Allen throws it away. Another turnover by Utah State. Chance of Utah State in the final 20 seconds. Oh, my goodness.
Why would you foul?
Drake Allen is fouled out. Jordy Barnes hops off the bench. This is the first Mountain West Conference quarterfinal game to hit the 70-point mark today.
It's been quite a physical day, let me tell you.
Demarion Yap, the walk-on freshman from Las Vegas, comes in as Jalen Hill comes out, and a big hug for his coach, Kevin Kruger. You can see these kids played hard for their coach down the stretch, despite all the injuries.
No doubt about it.
And now, Utah State can dribble it out. It was not easy for the Aggies. UNLV gave them all they could handle, but Utah State's moving on to the semifinals. (70-58) is the final score. Ian Martinez leading the way with 17. Mason Falslev adds 15.
You know, UNLV definitely took a lot of it out of Utah State. Didn't allow them to run their half-court stuff very well. They're going to have to be a lot better tomorrow night, no doubt about it. But that should be an entertaining game. Two really good offensive teams.
Here's a look at the bracket. The semifinals are all set. It'll be New Mexico and Boise State first. That's tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. And then followed by the 2-3 matchup, Colorado State and Utah State. And the head coach of the Aggies is with Evan.
Coach, congratulations on the win. In tournament play, we don't spend a lot of time on style points, but what do you want your team to take away from how you won this game?
Yeah, you know, our defense, I thought our tenacity defensively, we were really good. Nobody scored the ball in the Mountain West yet. I don't think anybody scored over 70 points. I think this was the high for any of the teams. So people are really guarding. It's a physical game. We didn't play our best, but we found a way.
It's a quick turnaround. What's front of mind as you get set to face Colorado State for the second time in about 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we just played them out. Obviously, Neek's the real deal. NBA guy. They're playing extremely well. We're going to have to play really well to beat them.
Appreciate the time. See you tomorrow.
Coach knows the scores. He's all over it there. That'll do it from Vegas. 70-58 the final. For Steve Lapis, Evan Washburn worked so hard all day. Our entire crew. I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long, and a Brent Stover in our New York studio.